welcome back to a new video. So today we are going to be reading only fantasy books for a week-ish. We'll kind of see how far we get into it. But yeah, I have so many fantasy books on my TBR, and I did a similar one to this a few weeks ago, which was only reading spooky books for a week, and that got like a lot of thrillers and Halloween kind of themed books off of my TBR. So I thought that we would try this with fantasy books, because I do have a lot of fantasy books on my TBR this like autumn winter time, more so than romance. So I thought we would kind of get some of them out of the way. But there are some books that I'm really looking forward to, highly anticipated reads and new releases. So yeah, we're just going to get straight on into it, because the book that I'm reading at the minute is Fourth Wing. I am very aware that I'm late to the Fourth Wing hype. I started it a few days ago, but I only really kind of got into it last night. I read about 70 or 80 pages last night, so I'm up to chapter 10. I'm on page 115. I am enjoying it so far, but I feel like I'm just not far enough into it to say that I love it or I'm enjoying it or anything like that. We haven't got to like the bulk of the plot yet. We're kind of just like learning about the world, learning about the characters and following our main character Violet. I am really excited to see what is coming on this book, because the sequel, which is Iron Flame, is actually released tomorrow when I am filming this. Obviously by the time that this video goes out it will have been released. I am actually hoping to also read that book in this video. For some reason I thought that Fourth Wing would be like 300-ish pages, but it's actually 498, so it's just under 500 pages. So I don't know if I will finish this today. I think that is probably very optimistic, because I need to read basically 400 pages. But yeah, we're gonna read Fourth Wing, and then hopefully this weekend we will get to read Iron Flame. This is me accounting for the fact that I will actually enjoy this, because I've already pre-ordered Iron Flame before I even started this one. So maybe that is stupid, but I kind of just took everyone's word for it and thought that I would love this one as well. So we are just going to read a little bit of Fourth Wing. I'm going to hopefully get a little bit into this. I would like to today get to at least page 200. So that is like 80-ish pages in. We'll see if we can make a little bit of a dent in this today. Can we also take a minute for this bookmark? It says Fantasy Book Club, and they are from Fleurs on Sunday, which is where I get all of my cute little bookmarks from. But I just love it, and of course very fitting for today's video. So I'm gonna go and read a little bit of this, hopefully get a little bit further into it, and I'll come back with my thoughts. So a quick little update, I'm up to chapter 22, I'm 264 pages into Fourth Wing now. Quite a lot has happened, but at the same time it feels like not a lot has happened. Obviously we've had quite a few big things happen, but I don't think I can really talk about them, because I was going to do this as like a spoiler-free reading vlog. But essentially Violet keeps on coming up against these obstacles, these challenge type things that she has to overcome. No one thinks she's going to be able to overcome them, because she's like the underdog, the weakling type thing, and then she keeps on proving them wrong, which I guess is going to be like the theme of the whole book. I am really enjoying it, but I feel like I just haven't quite got that feeling that everybody else seems to be getting, in terms of like knowing that this is going to be a 5-star, knowing this is going to be one of my top books of the year or like ever. I don't really know. Like I said, I am enjoying it, but I don't know if it's because I haven't got to like the bulk of it yet. I am like just over halfway, but I am really enjoying it. It is kind of giving me, you know, like for the first time when you read The Hunger Games and Divergent and The Maze Runner, it is giving me them kind of vibes. Like, I am excited to read it, and it is making me like weirdly nostalgic in some kind of way. But I don't think I necessarily am feeling connected to either Violet or any of the other main characters as of yet. To be honest, my favourite characters in this book are the dragons so far. So I don't quite know where that leaves us. But yeah, I would like to finish this today. So we are going to get a little bit more reading in today. And hopefully I'll finish it. I'll check back in. I don't really know how to do it without spoiling things, because a lot of the big plot points in fantasy books especially can kind of be classed as spoilers. But I'm basically just past a little bit where essentially people have tried to kill Violet for probably like the 50th time, but they've just been outed, and it was like a whole big thing about who had kind of like organised it. Just got to that bit, but kind of things are starting to pick up. Obviously we are progressing throughout the riders, oh my god, I just kind of forgot what it was called, like the riders school. That doesn't sound right. The riders quadrant, I think that is correct. We're like progressing through that. We're seeing her journey there, but then also you're kind of getting hints at what is happening outside of that and in the actual battlefield. Things are kind of not adding up there as well. So we're getting all of that. And yeah, like I said, I am excited to read more of it. So that is what we're going to do. So I did not finish Fourth Wing yesterday, but I'm up to chapter 32. I'm on page 406. The dogs literally will not give me a minute's peace. This is Gus, by the way. This is my auntie's dog. But yeah, I'm up to page 406. I'm just about to start chapter 32. So I have that much left, about 90 pages. But things are kind of developing with Violet and a certain somebody. We are getting like little bits of their relationship. I actually really like him, but I don't know where it's gonna go. A few people have said about it being a potential Tamlin situation. If you know, you know. But I don't think that that is going to be the case personally. I don't think that we're going to have all of this time spent like building his character up for that to be the case. But you never know. I have heard that the last page and even the last sentence is like a ridiculous cliffhanger, and that everyone was like shook reading it, which I kind of wish I didn't know, because now I'm going into it with like high expectations, not knowing what's going to happen, and I think it would have caught me more off guard if obviously I didn't know that. But also I am just surprised and pleased that I don't actually know what it is. Considering it's such a popular book, I have had no spoilers, so I'm pleased about that. I'll take that as a win. But yeah, I don't really know what to update you on, because like I said, I feel like in fantasy books a lot of the big plot lines that I would update you on could potentially be seen as spoilers. But yeah, I'm going into like the last 100 pages, so I'm going to try and finish a little bit here, but then I am going to go home, so I probably will end up finishing the rest of the book at home. So I will just update you when I either get to that, when I get to the last few pages, because I am excited. So yesterday I got up to chapter 35. The end of chapter 34 really like threw me for a loop. I had to stop reading though because I was going out, so I'm a little bit confused. I don't know if a certain somebody is kind of working with the enemy, or if that's what they're trying to like insinuate that he's doing. So I'm hopefully gonna finish it like now, because I only have about 50 pages left or something like that. So I am going to hopefully finish it, see what is going on. I am so scared for the ending because I just feel like it's going to be this huge plot twist. I know I do literally have the second book on hand waiting to be read, but still my heart can't handle the suspense of what is about to come. I've just had a sudden thought about what I think a plot twist might be. So I'm not going to count this as a spoiler because I don't know if it's true or not, but I don't know if maybe the rebellion that they talk about was not actually a proper rebellion, and if they were maybe perhaps in the right because they were trying to expose some like conspiracy or someone that was corrupt, and then they've kind of said that they were rebels and they were going against like the king and isn't Navarre like the country, the kingdom? Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know, maybe that is kind of like a little vibe that I'm getting. I'm literally emotionally attached to dragons. I think I'm going on to the last chapter. I have maybe like less than 10 pages left. I think I have a feeling about what is gonna happen. Shit has hit the fan. Like everything is kicking off and going wrong and is very intense. I think I know who they have essentially taken Violet to, or have a guess. I think it's either going to be Brennan or her dad, maybe. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. If I'm wrong, then I'm literally just not going to include these clips because that's embarrassing. But that is where my mind is taking me. Okay, let's go. This is the last chapter. I'm like on edge. It's in Zayden's point of view. What? So I've just finished Fourth Wing, and I don't want to spoil anything, but I was kind of right. I don't know what I would rate. I think I'm gonna need to sit on it a little bit, but I did enjoy it. I am like in shock. Not in shock because the ending wasn't that shocking to me. I feel like I expected to be more shocked by the ending. It did give me like, I think I've seen before, like the Hunger Games kind of vibes, like when you're reading those books for the first time. I really liked it. I don't know what I'm going to start next. I don't know whether to do Iron Flame next or a different book. Like whether to carry on with this or whether to go to something different. But I'll probably start reading that tomorrow, so I'll just check in whenever I decide what I'm reading. Okay, so I'm up to chapter 27. Things are obviously starting to get more intense. We are like into the trials now. I'm on page 233 and there is, don't want to spoil it, and there is 502 pages. So I do have a little bit over half to go. There we are, we're up to there. But I am really loving it so far. Like I said, I do obviously still have over half left. So we are starting to get more into the like bulk of the story, the main point of the book. We are getting into the trials and we are seeing the relationship between Pei and Kai develop a little bit more. I love an enemies to lovers in a fantasy book. It just hits the spot so good. So I am really enjoying it. I feel like just like the high stakes, the literally wanting to kill each other. I'm obsessed. So I'm gonna read a little bit more of this. I was hoping to finish it today or tomorrow, but we will see how I get on with that. Okay, so I am on chapter 48 of Powerless. I am almost 400 pages in, so we have like 100 or so pages left. Everything is kind of stirring up a little bit. We have like kind of a side plot that we are aware of, like going against the king, and I just feel like something is gonna go wrong. Like we are going into the last trial and I don't know, I have a bad feeling. I feel like everything is gonna go wrong. And also we've had like next to no romance, but I love it. Like I love the slow burn and the angst and the tension. Like I'm eating it up. I am obsessed with Kai. I love him. But yeah, we've got that much left. Literally about 105 pages. So hopefully I'll get this finished today. I'm just gonna go and devour it. Okay, we're going into the last trial. I have about 60 pages left. What? Onto the epilogue. I've just finished it and I don't know how to feel. I need the next book immediately. The ending, I think I would give it a 5 stars. I really do. I don't know if I have checked in properly since I finished Powerless, but I did finish Powerless the other day and I absolutely loved it. I don't know if I preferred it to Fourth Wing. I think I actually rated it higher, but on like reflection, I think I preferred the romance in this, even though we literally got none. I preferred the romance in this, but I think I preferred the plot of Fourth Wing. Loved both of them, like they both gave me the best vibes. Like I am well and truly back in my fantasy era and I love it. Like it's making me feel nostalgic, but at the same time like, oh, I just love it. So I did really enjoy this one. Can't wait for book number 2, but apparently that doesn't come out until the summer. I'm a little bit torn on whether to start Iron Flame or not. I do have it, but she is chunky and I don't want to kind of go into like a slump trying to get through it. I also have Divine Rivals, that is an option, but I did start A Curse for True Love on audiobook the other day, which is the 3rd book in the, oh my god, what is the first book called? Once Upon a Broken Heart series. So there's Once Upon a Broken Heart, The Ballad of Never After, which was my favourite, and then now we've got A Curse of True Love. I'm a little bit behind on the hype for this one. Again, this one came out a while ago and I feel like everybody read it straight away. But I have heard kind of like conflicting things on it. Not conflicting things, but people I think were disappointed by it. So I don't know whether to just kind of get that one out of the way. But I did listen to a little bit of it the other day, like I said, on my audiobook. I don't know what chapter I got up to. I think it said I had about 6 hours left or so, but I think I'm going to move over to reading it on Kindle Unlimited. Well, not Kindle Unlimited, I'm going to have to buy it actually. Just because I feel like I wasn't really connecting with the audiobook, and especially because people have said it wasn't as good as the first two. I want to give it a fair shot by like actually reading it. I am not loving it up to now. I think I am maybe up to like chapter 18 or something. But I will say that the series as a whole is not really like an all-time favourite for me. The first one I enjoyed but didn't love, and then the second one is my favourite but still wasn't a 5-star. So I don't know how I'm going to feel about this one, the ending and everything like that. And I'll let you know what I think. I'll update you in a little bit, see how far we get into it.
Almost as old as the North itself, said Hale. It was started forever ago by the Valors, added Joff. Oh, pretty, Hale interrupted. Oh, well, the prettiest one, Joff continued. She loved him. Love was...
So I have been listening whilst I've been like wrapping presents and putting up my Christmas tree. So I'm up to track 35. There are 53 tracks it says. I don't know what chapter I'm on. I've literally got 40 seconds left of this chapter, so...
The guarantee of victory or of happily ever after. But I think it's a... Chapter 34. Evangeline.
Okay, so I'm up to chapter 34. I am enjoying it because I enjoy the world, but I'm not necessarily enjoying the plot of this book as much. These are maybe going to be little spoilers because don't really know what else to talk about. So if you haven't read it, sorry. But obviously this book is centering a lot around Apollo and Evangeline and Apollo together. And we have next to no Jax, which I wasn't really a fan of to begin with anyway. But Jax has kind of been in it a little bit. Evangeline has, again another spoiler, just got her memories back, or she is starting to regain her memories and stuff. I'm not gonna lie, I'd forgotten a lot of stuff that happened in the last book. Like I literally had to read a summary of what happened in The Ballad of Never After because I had like forgotten loads. I remembered the ending, but I didn't remember like her losing her memories. I didn't remember loads of different stuff. So I had to read a summary. But anyways, yeah, so she has regained her memories. She is basically trying to find Jax and wants to tell him that she loves him, I think, is where I'm up to. I do think I'm kind of finding it hard to not keep up with the audiobook, but because I don't remember things as well from the second book, I'm kind of a little bit like finding it harder to follow, even though it's not a hard storyline, world or anything like that to follow. I just don't think I am gripped, which is a little bit upsetting. But yeah, I have about 2 hours it says. But like I said, I do listen to it on 2 times speed, so I don't know if that will really be more like an hour. Either way, I'm just gonna carry on doing my little cleaning. I'm gonna actually go and make a coffee and have a little snack. So we're just gonna put my headphones in and I'm gonna listen to some more of this. So I finished A Curse for True Love last night. I actually was listening to it in bed whilst I was like scrolling on my phone, and yeah, I ended up finishing it. I don't know how to feel about it. It felt like it all of a sudden just ended. Like I had to rewind it like 3 times because I was like, oh, I've obviously missed something, but I hadn't. It just, I don't know, I feel like the ending was a little bit like abrupt and almost a bit rushed. So I feel like I am joining the group that was disappointed by it, which does upset me. Like I didn't want to be disappointed by this book. I didn't want to be a part of that group. I was hoping I would love it. We just felt like we got a lot of the book centered around Apollo and Evangeline, and there was not a lot of Jax. And then all of a sudden Apollo was gone. We had Jax and Evangeline for like 3 chapters and then it finished. I don't know, I just wasn't a huge fan of the plot in this book. It felt a little bit random and it kind of felt like it didn't fully link seamlessly with the other ones. I don't know, I'm a little bit confused. Like I don't know why this was the last book. Like I don't know why this was the plot that was picked to round up this story. It is a little bit disappointing and just feels a little bit random and a bit rushed and not, I don't know, I'm like a little bit stuck in it and I don't want to bash it because I do love this world, but this just wasn't the last book that I was hoping for. So I really don't know how I would rate it. But yeah, that kind of rounds up this video. Favourites were between Powerless and Fourth Wing, maybe Powerless, I don't really know if I would have to rank them, but Curse of True Love would be the least favourite of the 3. But we found some good ones in here. I am fully back into my fantasy era, loving the fantasy reads, loving the new worlds, and maybe 2024 I'll become a full fantasy girl. But I do hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching and hopefully I'll see you in the next one tomorrow. Bye.